Well, hi. Welcome to Sundown. I guess welcome to Thursday, right? Hey, man, what a day. Started this morning. Actually, it started yesterday. But as we're moving our hearts towards the day starting now at sundown, I would say that yesterday was a great day. This week has been incredible. Today we launched Seeded Hope. It's an inspirational short. And what that means is it's a short film that's very inspirational. It was, wow, it was probably 4 months ago, 3 months ago when, um, the fires went on in California for quite some time. But one day, when the fires got really close to my home, a friend of mine was with me and he said, "Hey, I think there's an opportunity for us to do something with the fires." And what that means for me when I say opportunity in the midst of tragedy, it's it's opportunity to release hope. It's opportunity to encourage, and um, opportunity just to really be myself and gather people around um, in my tribe, people that I run with, and say, "Hey, let's do something. Let's have impact. If we can't do it in something that's happening in another country, let's do it locally." And so we do. And so that was really the heart behind Seed Hope. That was really where it was birthed from. Was seeing um, fires, people evacuating their homes in the midst of all these other things that are going on, and a lot of it is for me is awareness, right? We have so much media and other um, methods to understand a little bit of what's going on. But unfortunately, we don't always get the truth. And I think that, man, the people, when they're really hurting, that's the least that we hear about. And so I think that a great test or not really a test, but a great gift, I guess, that we have is our own discernment, is to listen and be plugged in and listen to the cries of people close to us, but also the inspirations in our hearts. You know, People often ask that question. They love to say, "Hey, you help people, but what do you do when you pass a guy on the street that's begging with a sign? What do you do?" Well, I do the same thing that I do in any other situation. I definitely don't look at the problem. That's for sure. I definitely pay attention to um, the one that I'm connected with because that is, you know, I have to tell you that's a hundredfold of greater importance than anything else. And what that means is I'm nothing to help someone if I'm not connected to him. It's just another thing that I'm doing. But when I'm connected to him, I get to operate in love. And so I would say that there is a real um, opportunity in this season for discernment. And so I just want to encourage you today that 90% of what you hear is God and 10% is not. And you say, "Man, you don't know the things that I hear. You don't know the things that are going on inside of me." And no, you're right, I don't. But I do know that we develop habits of ignoring things that God speaks in our heart about us that are wonderful. And we get in a habit of making excuses so fast that someone can't even get a compliment out of their mouth or a direction of love towards us before we get offended or we turn them off or we're ready to give them a response before they're even finished speaking. And so making an assumption that the voice in you, like making an assumption that your wife or husband or the ones that love you actually have your best interest in hand, is a pretty good place to start when you want to listen, right? So let's start like that with God, right? Let's just assume, let's just make the assumption that He has our best interest in mind. And so move into that the majority of the things that are spoken quietly in our hearts are His voice. And listening to His voice and discerning the direction that He gives us and that He takes us on. It's not always super hard. It's simple. It's clear. It's with love and kindness and gentleness. It empowers you and it gives you peace. The voice of God gives you peace. So, when you see someone in need, when you see a situation where there's tragedy, and you pay attention to the tragedy, there's a chance that you're going to open your heart to the influence of the tragedy. But if you see tragedy and you open your heart to Him and to the direction of what to do and potentially what not to do, then you're going to be doing whatever you do in peace. So, yeah, I ran around the tree a little bit with that. But the point is that we made a decision to make this film from peace. And if we didn't do that, it would have been impossible. And I don't say that it wasn't difficult, because it was very difficult to do it. It was traumatic. It was emotional. There were things that were going on that one day I'll write down and share or something, but or somebody else that I was with will. But there was a lot of tension, and even in our group. And so not starting from tension, not following the direction of God. I stopped everything that I was doing. I had a huge schedule, a lot of things going on, and it was like, no, let's stop that. Let's move that momentum into this other thing, and go with this other direction, which was to make Seated Hope. And so we did, and but we were under the direction of our Father, and we listened to what He had to say in the process. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it, and listen to it again and again and again and again, because and try to listen to it maybe even without watching it once. Seated Hope. It's on our Facebook. It's on our YouTube, and I believe it's on Instagram as well. And hey, come and follow us and subscribe to us, and and partner with us in that way if you feel like it. And then you'll catch the things that we release. You'll be notified about them, because we have many that we have been blessed with to create as a team, and we're just sorting through that process. Any of you guys out there that do these things and create this type of encouragement, digital, versatile encouragement online, it can take a little time to put it together and to get it out. So, but man, I'm super grateful today. Um, I just spent some time this morning really, um, really enjoying the presence. And what does that look like? You say, what does that look like to enjoy the presence? Well, for me, it looks like being quiet. It looks like in the midst of quiet, when there are voices, you know, I say thank you. Yeah. And I thank God for that. I really, really thank God for that sweetness of quiet that comes from being with Him. Yeah. So hey, um, let's get started and put some paint on this thing. This is hey, I was gonna show you the painting. I've got it actually hanging up back here that I did uh, while we were there, but you can look at the video and you can see most of it. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a picture of it and put it up. But you don't want me climbing up on my wine barrel back here and and falling down. That wouldn't be fun. But anyway, hey, I got a we got it was my wife and I's special day the other day, which is a lot of days, but we took one the other day and we got ourselves a gift. And it is wonderful. And we um, we use it to cook on. Kind of space, and the lights are changing. It feels like around here. I hope you guys can see okay. I feel like something's shifting, something's changing. Yeah, something is shifting and something is changing. Watch. It's like, whoa, it got dark. Anyway, I'm feeling a little jovial tonight, a little fun, and so let's have fun, right? Let's paint. And this is a huge palette, and I put a ton of paint on here because we're gonna paint. And this is a blank canvas, and I it's been a while since I've painted on a blank canvas, but tonight we are doing it. Let me see what we're gonna start with. I had so much fun the other day painting with you guys and not listening to any music. My headphones were jacked up and and so I didn't get to use them, and I was kind of bummed about it initially because I like to listen to a little quiet music sometimes. Um, but I was really blessed just to move with you in a little silence. So, hey, let's do that. Um, Kick back a bit and turn on some music if you've got it. It's Thankful Thursday. Yeah, let's start Thursday right now, you know? We don't have to start Thursday in the morning. Let's start Thursday now when we've got time off. We can recollect our thoughts. Thank you, Lord, for the day and for the wealth of your promises. God is teaching me about wealth. The wealth of his promises. They're beautiful. Someone once told me, they said that wealth is different from being rich. When I was young and I was younger, like, well, what does that mean? Even wealth is really a mindset, isn't it? In wealthy, I think wealth is something that we do acquire. I think we acquire it in Revelation. And for me, it's coming into revelation of what I already have. My son, he lost something the other day for the second time. It's true, it happens, right? And actually, no, he didn't lose it for the second time. It's a valuable thing to him that got broken one time and then misplaced another time. And the tendency is to, when somebody loses something, the tendency, right, is to want to help them replace it. And I just started thinking about that when I started thinking about the all the people that are the homes that we went by when we were doing that filming of Seated Hope and um and able to see what they've lost, or see what is no more in comparison to their neighbors of what may still be. And your heart, it does long for them to have back what they lost, right? But when it's something that may be irreplaceable, or that you don't really have the capacity to replace it, but yet you are still near this person, you know, like you are near someone that just lost their house or just got burned down, and you don't have the capacity to replace that house in that moment, but yet you still have a desire to bring them some relief from their loss. And I think at one point in my life, I used to use the words, well, all I can do is this. And that may have been, well, all I can do is pray, or all I can do is write him a check, or all I can do is listen, or all I can do, and and we immediately, because we're not able to replace that which once was, we downplay what we what we have there to offer to them, as if what we have there to offer them is less than what they originally had. And how many times, and I'm talking about material things, I'm not talking about life or anything like that, someone's life. But I'm saying, like, typically when I get something back that I lost, it's good, but I don't know. I just think the point I'm trying to push into is that we really have a lot to bring to people in situations where they've lost something. And I think that what we have to bring them may be, because we're in a position with them of influence, meaning that we are around them. You stop. I mean, this could be as much as your neighbor's house burned down, or this could be as little as a spontaneous response to stop for somebody outside a grocery store or in a grocery store and give them attention. What if we just assume that because of the situation that we're in, and because of the people that are around us and the insight that we have to their hearts and to what's kind of going on with them, that what we have to offer them is actually enough? And maybe it's actually more than what they had before. And it's all about the manner in which we deliver it. Because I'll tell you, I have experienced um, loss of things before, and the love that people showed me far replaced the value of that thing that I lost. So I think we have a really great place to start, and I think I think that place to start is paying attention to when we lose something that we really love or we really want to get back, and we pray about it, or we talk to God about it. We ask him for it to have it back. We may not always see it back, but the way he loves us, by hearing us, is amazing. Because if I was walking next to somebody, my neighbor, and they had lost their house in the fire, and I did not, and they desired to have their home back. They've lost something significant that they want back, and I'm not able to give that back to them. But I love them and I encourage them in their process, and I walk with them. Would they come back a month later and tell me that I don't exist because I couldn't give them what they lost? Would you? Would you come back and make a statement of, "Oh, you don't exist," or actually, I don't believe in you because you couldn't give me back what I asked you for, or you didn't give me back what I asked for. You know, that's the way we act with God a lot. When we make a request of Him, and we're like, "Hey, we don't get it back." Boy, can change our quote unquote belief systems pretty quick. Sometimes we just act like grown up kids, don't we? Well, I don't think it ends there. I think it has an impact on our understanding of the value that we bring by just loving people and keeping it simple. And I think it's a great time to keep it simple and to love people, to do what you can do, and to be faithful to do what you can do. Be faithful with the people that are in front of you and love them well. I'm going to get over there later on. Yeah. Hey, thank you guys for your comments and um, giving us feedback. This is fun. We get to do this twice a week. We do this on Wednesday at sundown and Sunday at sundown. And then in between, we build tools and content to share with you in different places. Some of that's on social media, but some of it's through our website. And we're excited about all that's coming in that way. Yeah. What does the tension in you create? Oftentimes it's, I interpret tension as bad, right? Oh, doesn't make good things. But actually, tension and friction, power, engines, doesn't it? Can't be all that bad. Harness it. Be aware of it. Move with it. Tension gives direction. As does stillness, right? Tension creates. Talked about that in the video. We've got a lot of tension in the world now, don't we? It's usually based in opinion. Usually coming from the outside in. Yeah. Just let that color there just get a hold of you. Talk to that tension inside of you. You know, I feel like there's an opportunity for some freedom. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, there's someone that even as simple as someone to come and to watch and to sacrifice time, that at least that's the way they see it. I feel like you've given up time to come and watch. Like, what is this guy gonna do? Well, I'm doing it. Doing it. See, I'm doing this because my heart, I was convicted to do it. And I know that following the convictions of God do not result in nil. They actually do something supernatural. Say, well, what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about heart posture at the moment, I think. You know, it's like, what's your heart posture? As I'm painting, allow it to be directed. Allow it to rewrite what you thought was, because you feel peace. Set the tone of your heart to potentially hear something you haven't heard before. Doesn't mean it has to come out of my mouth. It means you could be inspired by it. I hope that you are. I know that you will be. That's the way he does things. So let yourself experience trust at a new level tonight. Trust that something is being done in your heart without you doing anything other than saying yes. Maybe a thank you. Not a thank you to me, but a thank you to him. But a thank you to me is okay. If that's where your heart is, that's what you got. So it's still a good place to start. Yeah. What he's doing in you, he's touching me in a similar way. Yeah, my heart, sure. Doing it through love. Yeah. Peace, assurance. Come into the assurance of the Spirit of God. Come into, for a moment, while no one's looking, the assurance of God. Rest for a moment and embrace the quiet voice in your heart without disqualifying it. Just make the assumption that it's his voice. Because it's lovely and it's kind and it's delicious. It tastes good. It tastes good to your soul. It tastes good. He tastes good. Lord, you taste good. But Jesus freaked everybody out, right? When he told them that they had to eat of his body and drink of his blood, they were like, what? This guy's lost his mind. Kill him. He spoke a language that was a complete contradiction to everything that they knew. What language are you hearing in your heart that may be a contradiction to everything you know? It doesn't mean that it's right. It just means that what what type of space are you creating to hear about it, to hear it, to listen to it? I'm not talking about listening to torment. I'm talking about listening to that peaceful, sweet, delicious voice that maybe you haven't heard before or it seems weird to you. Yeah, that's usually the way it starts. Kind of seems weird. That's okay. If just sitting with me for a minute while I paint and enjoying yourself, well, that's okay. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's been fun. I look forward to the next time that we get together where we can paint and chat, explore eternity together. You say, what does that mean when you say explore eternity? It means that eternity is timeless. And the only thing that I know that is timeless is the present moment. Now. And if we are attentive to the now, that it's in that moment that he meets us. And my God, the God, is eternal. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And so if he's the beginning and the end, it draws me in the middle. And in the middle is in the present moment, and in the present moment is eternity. So step in and explore with us. I'll see you again on Sunday at Sundown. Check out our new inspirational short, Dreamscape of the Heart. The inspirational short is called Seeded Hope. It's on our Facebook and YouTube, and it's around. Give us a follow and a subscription if you like, and then you'll catch the new things that are coming. Bless you. I love you. And I've really enjoyed this time.